Jon Jones, like no other, awaits the outcome of the title confrontation between Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane in the heavyweight division. "I am looking forward to my future opponent being determined," Johnny declares. Bones has long wanted to make his debut in this category, but his negotiations with the promotion have dragged on for a long time. Apparently, Jones himself came to some agreement with my organizers regarding his market value and is now waiting for his title chance. Or Jones simply putting himself on top by demonstrating confidence in his position, which is a solid check at a potential second championship. In any case, his plans are known only to his managers, and we can only wait for a public announcement about the fate of Jon. Paulo Costa's management team is confident that their client will continue to compete in the middleweight division. They refer to an injury sustained by the Brazilian during prep camp, due to which he was unable to lose weight. Previously, it was assumed that Paulo suffered a bicep injury, but this does not fit well with the 3-weight category transfers for the fight with Vettori. Walid Ismail, who represents the interest of the Brazilian, says that Costa needs to train wisely. According to him, Paulo trains too much and hard, which leads to a number of problems with both weight and preparation for fights. Naturally, he names his word as the only undefeated in the middleweight class, at which Adesanya and Vettori laugh quietly. Tony Ferguson decided on his future rival. He will continue to compete in the lightweight division, which will nullify only talk of El Cucuy planning to move up. High-profile UFC rookie Michael Chandler could be his potential rival. Tony challenged him to a duel via Twitter, which is the first public activity in a long time away from social media. As we know, Tony didn't get in touch for a long time, and even the head of the promotion could not contact Ferguson about his future career. Perhaps right now Tony was able to revive mentally and prepared for new challenges. Michael Chandler has tentatively agreed to host this fight, naming Tony as one of the few guys he really respects. However, as Little Tan himself says, he will beat Ferguson from ring to bell throughout all rounds. Naturally, it will be Michael who will be considered the favorite, since Tony has a streak of 3 defeats in a row while giving up all the rounds. At the same time, Michael is one of the participants in the most high-profile fight of the promotion in 2021, as well as one of the top of lightweight division. He managed to beat the reigning champion of the category, Charles Oliveira, and knock out Dan Hooker. We are waiting the decision of the promotion regarding the organization of this fight, since Dana White has already announced that Tony Ferguson is preparing a different event. This rival was supposed to be Conor McGregor, and if so, the battle with Michael may be put on the back burner. Which of these potential battles do you like the best? Write in the comments. Former UFC referee, now commentator and analyst John McCarthy compares the striking technique of Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman. As John says, Khamzat's boxing is cleaner than nightmares, while Usman is not only building up his technique, but also improving his punching power. He compares the potential confrontation with the battle between Ngannou and Gane. He also calls Khamzat's level of wrestling one of the greatest in the history of all MMA, and believes that he will be the first to confront Kamaru with many problems in this aspect. Previously, such a fighter was considered Colby Covington, who has similar regalia in American freestyle wrestling. However, Khamzat needs to get to the top to be able to organize this title fight. It's possible that by the time Kamaru will end his career, since he has already interrupted the entire current roster in fact twice, and only Leon Edwards is on the way. There is a lot of talk that the Nigerian will not want to wait for Chimaev to get to him. He himself has repeatedly stated that he does not see a real new confrontation for himself and that he is already tired of all this. In other words, Usman is preparing the ground for his resignation because he wants a quiet life. Do you think Kamaru is simply avoiding Khamzat, or does not see him as a real threat to his legacy? What's next? Like, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Here just like you. See you soon.